Of his love and his joy for his beloved devotees. Therefore he has big eyes, so that he can see us. He cannot just see us, our physical form, but also our heart. Because that's the only thing that counts in our lives, is what is within our heart. We can be the richest, we can be the most famous, we can be the most good looking, we can have the most beautiful nose, but if our heart is not open for God or for Krishna, it doesn't count. And when he looks at us, he starts to smile. Why does he start to smile when he looks at us? Because Krishna has a very good sense of humor. Therefore we all look like we look, because he has a good sense of humor. And he also sees, even if we go in front of him and we say, I don't have any bhakti, I don't have any devotion, I don't have any love, I have nothing to give to you, but please accept it. So then he smiles, because that's the only thing that he wants. He wants us to surrender ourselves. It's called Sharanagati, to give our whole selves towards him. And when he sees that we realize that all money, all family, all wealth means nothing, but just our surrender is the most important thing. So then he starts to smile. So therefore it says also, Adi Shankaracharya composed a very famous hymn. It's called the Jagannath Ashtakam, the 8 verses glorifying Lord Jagannath. Who does not know what Jagannath means? Raise your hand. Jagannath. Jagan is the whole universe. And Nath is the beloved one, or the one who loves the whole universe. So Jagannath means the one who loves his whole creation, and also the one who is loved by the whole creation. So Adi Shankaracharya says, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patogami Bhavatume. He says, Lord Jagannath, please look upon me and be merciful upon me. So when we go into the temples all over India, in some temples the small deities, it's called the Utsava Murti. Utsava is like procession. There's smaller versions of the big deity in the temple. They go out on procession. But the big deities, they never go. But Lord Jagannath, he's so eager to see his devotees, because he knows even if 100,000 come every day, even if 200,000 come every day, but he wants to see all of them. So what he decided, he wants to go out. So they take him on a big chariot and they pull him to the streets of Jagannath Puri. In the English language, there is a word called Jagannath. Everyone has heard, you're Jagannath? It means like you're pagal, you're crazy. So the English people actually took this Jagannath and made it into Jagannath. You're Jagannath. Why? Because they have seen what in Jagannath Puri the people were doing. Taking this huge deity, putting him on the chariot, and drawing the chariot through the streets and screaming, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.
And the English people, when they came, they just thought something must be wrong. And then they said, what's this? And they said, Jagannath, Jagannath. And then the English people will say, yes, you're Jagannath. But this is also one thing why Jagannath is so full of joy, and why this Ratha Yatra is celebrated all over the world. Because it's a festival of joy. It's a festival of friendship, because everyone comes together. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, if you're Hindu, if you're Sikh, if you're Muslim. There are so many Muslims in Jagannath Puri which go in front of Jagannath and pray there. They make their namaz, they make their prayer in front of Jagannath. Why? Because he doesn't care. Why should God care what you believe in? If you believe in God, you believe ultimately in Him. If you call him Allah, if you call him God, Yahweh, Krishna, doesn't matter. Because why? Because He knows anyway. He is the goal. It's just which road we want to take. Some people say, I want to take the highway. Some people say, I want to take the slower way, the more scenic way. Like in Austria, it's called the Bundesstraße. So I want to see the mountains and the hills and everything, so I drive around, And some people get completely lost. On one point, they will circle around and they will ask for directions. But Jagannath, he wants to see us and he wants to bless all of us. So therefore, he came also today to see all of you. So what we're going to do today, usually 2 weeks before Jagannath Ratha Yatra, there is something called Snan Yatra. It's the festival of bathing, where the big statues are bathed with auspicious substances like milk, ghee, honey, water, juices, etc., etc. And then Jagannath falls sick for 2 weeks. So the temple is closed. So we said, okay, we want to celebrate Snan Yatra today, like they do in Jagannath Puri, but we can't bathe the big ones because otherwise the floor would be very slippery, and I don't think we want to change the floor. So we brought a very special form. It's called a Shalagram Shila. It's a stone found in one region in Kali Gandaki River in Nepal, and it said this is the form of Krishna or Vishnu, which does not need to be invoked. Usually you invoke, you ask God, please take place in this form so I can worship you. And the interesting thing is the mudra it's called avahana. It's like awakening or inviting. And the mudra is like this from here. So we take from our super soul, from our heart, we invite the Lord to take place externally so we can worship Him. So Prabhuji brought this holy stone from Kalikandaki River, which we're going to bathe. And this form has been identified by some sadhu as Jagannath. So as big form, just presented in this stone. So this we're going to bathe afterwards. And if people would like to come also and bathe with it, they can also take place. They can take part. And what we're going to do now, it's called Jagannath Puja. So we're going to worship Jagannath with different items like flowers, fruits, lamb, incense stick. Then we're going to bathe him like you would say you receive a very honored guest. In India, when you receive a very honored guest, you just don't say, hi, come in, sit down, eat. In India, it's a process. You invite the person and you wash their feet. Why do you wash the feet of a person? Because they traveled a dusty road. And also a form of respect. In all traditions, actually, washing the feet of elders is a form of respect. The Pope does it once a year. So, and then you wash their hands, give them something to wash their mouth, and then you bathe them. So on that part, on this, I'm going to start bathing the Shalagram Shila with milk, ghee, yogurt, honey, and sugar water. And then with some clean water, and then we're going to do arati. And then we're going to offer the fruits we have here. We gave them already something to eat because they were traveling for 3.5 hours from Bratislava, so they were already very hungry and they've eaten already. And I think there is already their blessed food already available. And afterwards we're going to do an arati. And I would request, we have prepared some plates to be offered. And at the end of the ceremony, we can offer some lambs to Jagannath. And during this ceremony, because it's very technical, we're gonna recite mantras from the Pancharatra and from the Vedas in Sanskrit. And during this ceremony, there will be also some bhajans. So I hope you'll enjoy it. I really wish that all of you take this opportunity to get the blessings also. And I wish you all the best and have fun.
सूरयः विविधचक्षुरादतं नद्विप्राशो विपन्यवो चक्रवाकं समिन्धते
कदाचिकालिन्दित तविपिन सङ्गीतकरावो मुदाबिरी नारी वदन कमला स्वाद मधुपा राम शम्भु ब्रह्म मापति गणेशाचित पादो जगन्नाथ स्वामी ना